Millions of fans are counting the seconds to see the dream team of superheroes, the Avengers, hit the big screen. And they're hitting that screen with everything they've got. We've seen it. We want you to take a look.
You ready for another bout?
What, you getting sleepy?
Yes. Please welcome the men behind Captain America, Chris Evans, and the mighty Thor, Chris Hemsworth. Now you guys,
there's not enough room on this couch.
That's why I sit you over here, babe, right next to him. Yeah.
Now listen, you each played these characters individually before this, and to nearly 500 million worldwide last year. Now you're together in a film with Iron Man, Black Widow, the Hulk. What do you think about all those damn superheroes in one spot?
Chris? I prefer, I've got to say, I think we all had this conversation, and I much prefer walking in and not carrying that completely on your shoulders.
Right.
It's nice to share it with these guys.
You have a broad fan group because you just started to speak and like all the women just passed out.
They can't breathe.
And then there are a ton of all these young boys dressed as you guys, like dressed as superheroes, and they adore you. So you've got like this dual audience. That's got to feel kind of good.
It keeps us employed.
Yeah, absolutely. Little kids are good. Little kids are the ones that spot you in a crowd. You could have a beard, a hat, sunglasses, and the little kids are the ones that they'll see out of nowhere. It's like, this kid is good. He got me.
I heard that you hate auditioning. Why do you hate auditioning?
I don't think anyone loves auditioning. Auditioning is incredibly unlike the process of actually being on set. You know, you walk in and have about 30 seconds to kind of do your song and dance and prove yourself. Yeah. And I mean, no one enjoys it, dude. Like, there's no discussion with the director, and it's pretty.
They're judgmental.
I feel so, yeah.
Were you guys comic book fans when you were little?
I wish I could say I was.
Right.
I wasn't. I mean, it's a great medium, you know. Having read dozens now, done a couple comic book movies, you respect. There's great characters, and there's intelligent writing, and there's beautiful artistry. You know, I was probably watching, you know, Care Bears, and, you know, I mean, I was probably doing something much more lowbrow. I respect it a lot more now, but growing up, no, I never really was into them.
No, I'm just wondering if... I mean, I look at these guys, big, studly, good-looking guys and everything. You get out there, you have these roles that are very athletic. Did athletics in your real life, not just playing the role of an athlete? Did you actually, growing up, did you play sports?
I mean, come on.
Did you play sports?
What can I say to this guy? I mean,
Superheroes and Olympians.
Try. Let's see how you can do. Okay, now, did you play any sports? Did you play any sports growing up? What'd you do?
I played Aussie rules football, which is
oh, in Australia, right?
Yeah,
that's
a
big.
mixture of sort of feels like rugby, American football.
Well, I wrestled, which was embarrassing, but I wrestled and
officially, or just like behind the scenes?
Well, I did it to get in shape for lacrosse. Lacrosse was big on the East Coast, where I'm from in Boston.
How much time do you actually spend at the gym, you two? Because you're pretty built.
Not as much as Hemsworth. It's tough to compete with Hemsworth.
Do you guys do your own stunts and everything, or how far do they let you go?
Mine is much, so you won't get anything out of that.
As much as they let us, yeah. I mean,
as much as they let you?
Well, you know,
sometimes they say...
You guys are so funny, but now it's like you're this really big deal in Hollywood. You got girls swooning over you, but you're in this movie with Scarlett Johansson and Sam Jackson, Mark Ruffalo. Did you ever sit there? Did you ever have a moment where you went, I can't believe I'm here?
Every day, yeah. Absolutely. Especially the first day we had it was the complete ensemble, and walking onto that set. Normally, in our individual films, we discuss this. You walk on and you feel ridiculous because you're the only one with a cape or an American flag strapped across your body. Whereas this time it was Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow. So you kind of fit in. It was like some crazy Halloween costume party. You finally wore the right thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, look, we're coming back with y'all because we like talking to you. So we will be right back.
I went under. The world was at war. I wake up, they say we won. They didn't say what we lost.
We've made some mistakes along the way. Some very recently.
You here with a mission, sir?
I am.
Trying to get me back in the world?
Trying to save it.
We are back with two of the Avengers, Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. You guys are so much fun being here. Now, I want to talk about your families because you both had really happy childhoods. And Chris, you said that growing up with your family was like being with the Von Trapps. Can you explain that?
I did say that. Yeah, well,
Annoying people, the Von Trapps.
well,
Could not stand that family.
Yeah, I'm one of four, and we all grew up doing musical theater, so we all sang and danced, and the car rides were a little ridiculous. It was obnoxious. It was too much. My poor father. My dad was the guy in the audience with a camcorder for endless shows. But you know, we had fun.
And Chris, I read that you're very close to your mother.
Yeah, I am. I wish she was here.
A mama's boy. That's so...
I am, but she's one of those. She's just one of those cool chicks. You know what I mean?
People
Like.
don't know that you told her the first time you lost your virginity. Well, the first time, the only time, I guess.
The only time.
Yeah.
I did. But I had one of those relationships with her where, like,
felt you could tell her anything?
yo, I raced home, and I was like, Ma, I got sex. And, what am I doing?
What did she say?
I can't tell you what she said. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I was 17 in my senior year of high school. But I told her the first time I saw a Playboy. I was in 3rd grade, and I remember I got picked up from my buddy Tom's house, Tom. And I got picked up, and I just was kind of. She's like, "What's going on? What?" And I was like, "Well, I looked at a magazine, and you know, we just had a very open relationship." And I said, "I saw a Playboy." And she said, "Well, what did you think about that?" And I was like, "Well, you know, I liked it." You know, she was just a cool lady, and it bred through the neighborhood, and everyone kind of looked at her. She was like the mother of my high school.
Now, speaking of mothers, Chris, you're going to be a father.
Yeah.
Hey, you are.
Yeah, my first kid, yeah. And it's about 3, 4, 5 weeks away anywhere. And in fact, it could happen now, so...
Really?
Yeah.
That baby's
Now, what are you
so
expecting?
ugly, don't you think?
What are you fearing, actually?
Yeah, what are you expecting from being a father? What do you think it's like?
I mean, I've got my head in baby books and things at the moment, and I've got to say the sort of difference in opinions, and even from people, everyone says, it's going to be the best thing in the world and the hardest. Or your life's just begun and it's over. So there's a constant sort of like, wait a second.
Funny.
No,
Do you know, is it a boy or a girl? Do you know yet?
it's definitely a boy or a girl. I'm not sure which.
Well, in today's society, you never know. You never know.
This is what I was so excited. I'm sorry, honey. I was so excited to ask you about, because in Australia you had started out. You were acting in soap operas, and it led you to the Australian version of Dancing with the Stars. So I'm just very excited. Look at you! Oh my God!
You said you'd never played that.
Oh, my God.
How did you do? Look at.
That's enough, man. That's longer than the Avengers clip.
He's really good. He's really good.
You were the song and dance man.
He's really good.
How'd you do on the show?
I got away with it. I got away with it on that dance because it was a bit more kind of improvisation and kind of whatever. Anything where there was much more of an official routine, I was like, and 2 and 3, and I was at the bottom of the ranks most of the time. So it was the beginning and end of my dancing career.
We're going to play that again in slow-mo later, just for you. You're the middle guy, right? In your family, middle of the two guys. All 3 of you involved in acting as well. But Liam Hemsworth, your youngest brother, I know that you guys gave him a bunch of trouble. He, from the Hunger Games, and also personally dating Miley Cyrus. Yeah. How much trouble did you give him growing up?
I mean, we were all competitive, and 3 boys, and we grew up in various places in Australia, in Arnhem Land, in the outback, and then in sort of, I don't know, coastal Victoria. And it was like a big adventure. We had all sorts of, you know, rope swings and zip lines and things, which he was kind of the guinea pig for at times, and said, no, it's completely safe. You know,
you guys are about ready to shoot the sequels to Thor and to Captain America, but is there going to be a sequel to The Avengers? Such a great movie.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, if it, you know, it looks like people love it, so if when we work contractually signed up anyway. We have to be there. And but I'd love to do it if it happens.
Yeah.
What do you
want to see a sequel?
Oh, they got us. I mean, it's not up to us. I mean, if people go see it, yeah, we'll be back in the tights.
Well, we are
And the
actually
cape.
the tights and the cape. You guys stop. Please come back. You are so fun together. We love you. This is an amazing movie. Please go see it. We want to thank Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. The Avengers opens nationwide today. We'll be right back.